Alright, y'all, I am adding captions for the next couple of minutes because my microphone wasn't working. Thank you very much. Passing by, having the time of their lives, join their country club, country music listening lives. So please excuse me if I just stop talking once in a while. That might be the reason why. So, my friends, what we are going to do today is ring chords. Chords, as we all know, are the construction of different notes playing together to constitute some sort of feeling, right? Well, no, because I like to think of chords as people, just like you and I. And today, with okay, trying out this new microphone to hopefully improve my sound, as you can see here. Hopefully that works. Let's start with the most basic. Okay, he's gone. I like to think of C major as she's not at all who she thinks she is. She thinks that she's very iconic, but in reality, she's, you know, it's really overdone at this point. Like, let's be honest. Like, she thinks she's starting all of the trends. She is resolving all of her friends' problems. People only treat her politely out of respect because she's been there for so long. Just listen to her one more time. Yes, she's easygoing. Yes, she has a somewhat tolerable personality, but she's like a character on a TV show who's been cast from the beginning. She let that fact just get way into her head, and she's kind of full of it. And by the end of the show, everyone's wanting her to leave. Everyone doesn't really care for her anymore. Yes, she sticks around. She's still there, and you kind of acknowledge that she's there, but really you don't really care for her. Okay, so I would say that, oh, by the way, this ranking, I'm going to be assigning them an age range. So I think C major here, our friend C major, is definitely, she kind of has Karen vibes. She's more relevant than a Karen. However, she is the dusty old Hollywood star that no one cares about anymore. So I would say C major is in her 40s. And she has a couple of kids. C minor, at first glance, like when you first see a picture of C minor, you might be thinking, oh, this sounds like C major's emo little sister. However, I would say that it's actually C major's emo little daughter. Like, just listen to that relationship. She's definitely rebellious, and if you're the emo sister, you don't really rebel against your sister. I would say C minor has actually matured to the point where she has a 9-to-5 job, yet she totally rejects it. Whenever she gets the chance, she wants to go back to high school and become a goth again, but kind of also irrelevant, just like C major, you know, it's kind of an irrelevant family by this point. But C minor just, she's in the biz. I think that she works in, she kind of gives me that girl from Parks and Recreation vibes. Do you know what I'm talking about? That one girl. I would say she's in her 20s, late 20s, 26, 27, something like that. Like, overall quality human. She's just there, and she's doing her emo thing. Moving on. Oh my god, what's the name of this chord? B flat major 7th. B flat major 7th chord. He's a really hip man. Like, I have a feeling that his favorite artist is Tyler, the Creator. Like, do you get that feeling? Like, he's not really there. He doesn't quite have the same level of talent. He has good music taste. He cannot replicate the creativity, however he appreciates it, aka what a hippie is. So she's did I say hippie? I meant hipster. In fact, I think B flat major 7 definitely has a pair of Yeezys in his closet that he never wears. I'm getting that vibe. Let's do a little find my iPhone-esque experiment really fast and try to find B flat major 7's siblings. So if this is B flat major 7th and he is, I think he's in high school. Like, he's 19, but he's in high school. You know what I mean? It's one of those kinds of situations. Let's see. I think that B flat major 7's younger sister, it is. Let's try to find her. No guarantees, but just try. I'm gonna try. This is the sister that B flat major 7 wants to have. It's like the ideal sister, but this is not her sister. Maybe a celebrity crush or something, but that's a sister, that's it. The sister, I deduce, I think she is in middle school, for sure. She's on her way to becoming popular. She's not quite popular because she's into reading books and all those things. She has a certain depth to her, yet you can tell that after this summer's over, she's gonna be part of the popular crowd and she's gonna ditch all of the friends that she has now. B diminished 7th? Is that it? B diminished 7th, I think. This video is just gonna end up exposing how little I know about music theory, but moving on, let's move on to a spicier chord. Okay. See, a good thing about Logic Pro is that whenever you play the chord, it shows you in the window, which I didn't realize until now, so I'm just gonna play it again. Okay, so it is a B, why is it B flat again? Wait, it's a B flat, no third, 7. Probably take a screenshot of that. Okay, anyways, this chord is B diminished 7 and B flat major 7's father. He is in New York City currently trying to pursue a career as a jazz musician. However, because the demand, the competition is so steep, he is only able to play at weddings, which is fine. But it's kind of sad really because his kids don't really know who he is. They see him once a year because he is divorced. So the kids live with their mom. But I think the talent's there. He's definitely gonna get some sort of hit at some point. He might even play at Carnegie Hall, who knows? Not me, I'm not him, I don't decide his future, but I wish the very best of luck to him and his future endeavors. Let us move on to some sort of F chord. I'm feeling F-y right now. Oh, by the way, I also pulled up Wikipedia's list of chords. Do you hear that? That's the sound of someone who peaked in high school. F dominant 7 definitely played either baseball or football in high school. I'm sensing football, or maybe lacrosse actually. He played lacrosse. Think of that guy from Teen Wolf. Not Dylan O'Brien, the other guy, Tyler, or whatever his name is. This is what I think of when I think F dominant 7. Like secretly he wanted to play in band. He had a love for music. However, he had a very masculine dad who always pressured him into what's it called? Male fragility, masculinity, something along those lines. So he never really got to pursue his love for music. He really wanted to play the tuba, but it just never happened. And then after high school, he had a really boring job. Well, not to discredit anyone's passion for real estate, but he got a really boring job in real estate, and now he makes a decent amount of money, but it's whatever. Okay, let's just say that this is half diminished. I have a feeling it is. Don't quote me on it though. I think this is E half diminished 7. Anyways, E half diminished 7 here is, I want to say that he knows how to speak Spanish. Maybe French too, but I don't want to go trilingual. Let's just say bilingual for now. Okay. He used to be a player in his 20s, but now he's kind of a really caring person. He is dating Claire from Modern Family. Yes. But he is not the dad guy from Modern Family in any way. He's not Phil. He is the person that Phil wishes he could be. Even though Claire doesn't necessarily wish that Phil would be this guy, this is the guy that Phil wants to be. And for some reason, he is always welcome on cruises. Like sometimes you just get invited to cruises for free. He's always there. Whenever you go on a cruise ship, he is sitting somewhere at one of the tables having a good time. That is E half diminished seventh. So I think I've done enough of playing around with random chords that I possibly have wrongly named. I'm gonna go to the Wikipedia list of chords and we're just gonna knock them out one at a time. Okay, let's play an augmented chord. D sharp augmented chord. He always had a fascination with magic. He decided to give that up when people laughed at him for believing in magic, and he decided to study business in college instead. Came out with a degree, and then he got his MBA. He's probably a very, very wealthy entrepreneur by now. I have no doubt about that. The part inside of him that believes in magic, that part never really... Am I recording? Okay, yes. That part never really went away. He's kind of suppressing that part in him that believes in actual magic tricks, but instead he turns that into a metaphor, which he writes about in a self-help book that he wrote about being an entrepreneur. There's a lot of metaphors about magic in that book. So that was the augmented chord. Now moving on to the augmented 11th chord. How many chords are here? Okay, you know what? We're gonna go bottom up because I'm full of surprises. The Viennese trichord. Am I supposed to play that twice? I'm just gonna play all of it. Let's take a second again to truly listen to it, because I have a feeling that Viennese trichord is a very manipulative person. Yes. If you get on her good side, like, you are set. Not that she'll go out of her way to make life easier for anyone per se, but if you're on her good side, that means that you both seek to benefit from each other somehow. So she's not gonna, you know, put you at danger in any way, because that damages her as well. However, if you are on her bad side, she will do her best to try and get you fired, to try and get you expelled, whatever it is that she's doing. I have a feeling that she is 32 right now, in her early 30s. Oh, and also she exercises every single day, like multiple times per day. But she doesn't really believe in weight training. She just does cardio every single day. Oh my god, there's a hummingbird. Moving on to the Tristan chord. Is that right? This is Phil. This is Phil from Modern Family. Yep, that's it. Oh, the so what chord. Okay. Oh. The Miles Davis chord. I mean, there's not really that much to say about the Miles Davis chord, because it is the Miles Davis chord. It's like a person who went viral for that one thing, and then they are forever associated with that thing. Like the freaking Alex from Target. Yes. But 100 times more iconic. This is a very ugly voicing. Let's change that somehow. Okay, this chord is smooth as hell. She's into fashion. She's in her 40s and she's working in the fashion industry, if you can picture that. Right? And she frequents nightclubs that play smooth jazz a lot. Like live smooth jazz, like actual people playing saxophone and stuff like that. She likes talking about high fashion, high art, very classy situations that she puts herself in. However, she's also completely being taken advantage of by her current boss. Work that she doesn't want to do, she's just delegating. She's basically an assistant to her boss. Yeah, she has a fancy title, like some sort of fashion executive, but really the boss doesn't really care for her, which is really sad. When you're in that sort of a situation, it's kind of hard to get out, because you're not in a bad position. You're in a sort of powerful position, but you're really powerless under your boss. So gotta figure out a way out of that somehow for our 7/6 chord here. Okay, power chord. there's a kind of complicated story associated with this chord in that he is working in the video game industry. However, he doesn't like to show it. Like whenever you interact with him, if you meet him outside of his work setting, he likes to talk about sports. He likes to talk about fishing, maybe? No, not fishing. Sorry, fishing's not for him. I got that wrong. I just saw a squirrel. Maybe traveling. He likes to talk about sports. He likes to talk about traveling. So maybe those things. And yeah, he works. There's no doubt he works in the video game industry. He possibly worked on Pokemon games. Like I think he started out making retro indie video games, but then transitioned slowly to those 3D shooter Call of Duty type games. So that's what he's working on now. Let's move on to the Neapolitan chord. I mean, I have a feeling that she went to the same high school as C major, and she was slightly cooler. Think of a Mean Girl situation. C major is Regina George. She is maybe Gretchen or something like that. She's slightly cooler, in my opinion. She has slightly less of an ego, which makes her more of a like, I think maybe she's doing better off than C major right now. But whenever they talk, it's always about what C major is up to. It's always about what she's doing, what shows she's watching, what kind of people she's been talking with, things that happen to her. But, you know, our Neapolitan chord is just kind of sitting there listening, even though she has a much better life. Literally right after she gets off the phone, she goes and gets a foot massage or something. The mystic chord, to me, is not a person. Yes, not to degrade the mystic chord. He seems more like a dragon or like a Loch Ness monster to me. Yeah, definitely. You know, it's in her name. Hello, mystic chord. The mu chord. Okay, mu or mu. The mu chord. The mu. He has an acoustic guitar that he plays at every single social gathering that he goes to, and it's kind of annoying. He only plays acoustic folk songs, but he claims that he knows more about music than his professional recording artist friends. Like, he has a bunch of friends in the industry, and he could very easily be in the industry for music if he had the talent, but unfortunately he doesn't, because he's a very basic man. Like, you know, he's into very basic chord progressions. Like, he truly considers that to be good music, innovative music at that. So yeah, unfortunately for him, he's going to be living a life of mediocrity. That is unfortunately the case, and there's something that he can do about that. If he just opened his mind to more kinds of music, he would definitely be getting a chance, because he does have industry connections. All of his friends are musicians, but he just doesn't. He's very stubborn. And all of his friends graduated from the Berklee College of Music, so they don't consider him, the mu chord, to be at the same level as him. Yeah, Mew should definitely look for better friends as well. I think he will be a very cool guy with a chill life if he just went for friends who appreciated his music and they just listened, went on with their lives like normal people, kind of like Andy Bernard. He's kind of the Andy Bernard of all of the chords. Here, oh, Lydian chord. Let's play the Lydian chord. I know the Lydian mode sounds like this, but let's take it a step higher, or even higher. Socialite, for sure. I hear socialite in there. So this socialite, definitely a writer. He's an old writer guy who is conservative, but liberals like him. Like, liberals are okay with him, even though he's conservative, because he has that little spiciness to him, you know? He has that tritone in there, and also, yeah, let's just say that the tritone is one of his sons, who has gone on to do just great things in the modeling industry. That is the deal with the Lydian chord. Now, let's finish with a really cool chord. I'm just gonna make it up right now and then explain to you guys his story, and then I will end this video because I only have 4% battery left. Inverted A flat chord. She or he. A flat's kind of in a very gender fluid zone. Let's just say they, out of respect. Yes, they are very into lo-fi music. In fact, they've started making their own lo-fi music using sample packs from Splice. The sample packs... Okay, crows, do you mind? They find the sample packs to be a little too aggressive, so they put... Squirrel! Oh my god, that's a beautiful squirrel. Okay. Let's conclude. Sorry. I'm just trying to wrap this up here. Our A flat chord here has a good sense of humor, really jazzy sense of humor, makes lo-fi music. They have a following on Spotify. Like, they're really good at curating Spotify playlists, and they have their own little custom Spotify playlist covers from Pinterest that they got, you know, those like Y2K roses. And that is where I'm gonna end this show. If you like it, please give me a like, subscribe. Hope you're doing fine on this very chill afternoon. Just to conclude, if you want to see more of this, let me know. Peace.